on the journey. Yes, I've only been walking for about half hour or so. What been up there? I wonder what's up there. Ducks. Yes, how about these for a remarkable device? This thing, the microphone's gone on it, so the tablety cammy thing. Therefore, I'm just going to use it as an e-reader. Yeah, this morning I was watching Odin's Men. He's awesome, and he's moving on to Rumble and all that sort of stuff because he's been demonetized, but he's still doing the YouTubey thing too. These ducks are having a bit of a punchy poos. Yeah, and you know, he's talking about well, he was showing some footage of these full heads from TikTok, and they're banging on about, you know, at work they're being misgendered and all this crap, you know, and know how sad they are about it and upset and all this sort of bullshit, and how times is hard. And I'm thinking, shit, these creatures just they need to smartest birds in the world. Now, you know, I'm thinking these creatures, man, they need to get a different hobby, you know. I mean, come on. Can't help them. Anyways, here's a stork. I didn't even notice him. Should turn my radar on. Yeah, about this, you know, they just need a different hobby. That's what they need, you know. Banging on about their gender and all this sort of bullshit, their intersectionality, and, you know, they got some serious problems. Maybe they couldn't do what that old lady's doing out there growing food. Yeah. Anyways, what I like to do, because the spring's coming on and oh, it's delightful. I do this at night time too, but especially when little cute birdie. You know, I can do this at night time too on certain walkways, and I've got these sort of corrugated rubber things, and I think it's for blind people to tap along with their sticks or whatever. And I can sort of keep this in the peripheral, and sort of that line in my peripheral. So, for example, this line here, and just follow along and just read, you know. And I'm thinking, here they are, all these hardships they've got, right? Let's have a look at this little Shinto shrine over here. I used to have a little shop up there years ago in the Ninja Mura, the Ninja Village. It was like this family entertainment place. God, it was cool. I showed in my very first videos, The Last of the Ninja, Part 1 and The Last Ninja, Part 2. Awesome it was. And alright, so I'm thinking, yeah, all their hardships, mate, yeah, oh, they've got it hard. Actually today I'm going to go for a leisurely walk. It's going to take about 3 hours to get there each way. What's in there, I wonder? Shinto this is. So I'm thinking, alright, download some free ebooks. I'd suggest to anyone to do this. From the Gutenberg project, yeah, Project Gutenberg. And what we got here, because of their scroll here, chapter 1, from Hong Kong to Siberia. What do we got here? I'll sort of go through a what do you call it, a genre. I'll go through certain things, and what I'm reading at the moment, this is called With the Diehards in Siberia. Siberia can't be a very warm place, but these are fantastic, these e-reader things. This is all about in 1919, 1920 Bolsheviks and stuff. I don't know much about any of this sort of thing, but so why not have a bit of a ready poos. But yeah, these readers are fantastic. I mean, this one here, what's that, about 250, 300 mil or whatever. With electronics these days, and you know, you can pick them up pretty cheap. And here we've got like all the major convenience stores. You can get free Wi-Fi, so you can get on the net, get on the Gutenberg project within seconds, man. Like you can have a whole book. I've downloaded 2 of them, and I'm into this World War One stuff, you know. Really, some of these dudes, they go through such arduous, you know, things that they have had to endure. And when I watch like Odin's Man, he's talking about these creatures, all these young people, they're banging on about how bad they got it. Yeah, you know. And one woman, on this particular video he showed today, one woman's like, people are asking me as to whether I can actually stand up. You know, there's quite a sizable creature, this one. And she said, challenge accepted, and she stood up. She said, look, I can stand, you know. Oh, well done, mate, well done, you know. By God. So there you go. Yes, arduous that was. Yeah, anyways, so I find it quite wonderful to walk along in the nice sunshine. We've got a beautiful day today, so it's going to take hours to get there, especially if I'm looking down and reading this. Sometimes I stumble on a few bricks or whatever. And it's beautiful. So I suggest to all these creatures with their intersectionality and all upset about being misgendered or whatever, get a different hobby, mate. Get one of these, alright? Large enough, like this. This is I presume it's 250mm, like a 10-inch screen or something like that. Large enough, and I put this thingy on it, this holder thing, so it's easy to hold on to, and just waltz along, and I can just scroll along like that, read away and walk along for hours. Make sure you're in a fairly safe sort of large area, and just walk for hours. And you do this, like I'm going to get back into this again too. And now that winter time, I hibernate, man. Get out there, and you know, you get to do it for every night for 2, 3, 4 months, and then you start feeling the stomach muscles, the awesome feeling of your stomach muscles all getting tightened up, and it's a good feeling. And physically, see, I don't do a whole lot of what do you call it, high intensity sort of exercise. I reckon walking, you know, walking exercises pretty much every muscle in your body. And sometimes I'll read aloud, and I'm talking about some serious high-end lit that's going on here. Like the introduction to this was pretty serious stuff. Let's have a look here. So I like readings from, say, the 1800s and the because like men of letters, I mean, they're fantastic stuff, you know. Originally written for the private use of my sons in case I did not return. This narrative of events connected with the expedition to Siberia must of necessity lack many of the necessary elements. See, I haven't read aloud for ages, but it's really, really good for you to do so. And so I suggest to some young people out there, or anyone really, you know, if you're banging on about all this bullshit and people are telling you to cut your dicks off or whatever, forget all that. Get yourself an e-reader, one of these thingies, second-hand thing, that's fine. Download an e-reader, alright, from the Play Store thing, and then, you know, get a cheap second-hand one of these. Download free books, get the free e-readers, get yourself some free Wi-Fi from somewhere, download a whole slew of books, and you have yourself months and months of wonderful exercise. Read aloud, and people are like, wow, you know, why are you such an excellent orator, and with such improvements. And so there are things you can do that's cheap and healthy, you know, and good for you. Yes, instead of all this weakness. You know. Well, I'm glad to be out. You know, the birds all singing away. It's real nice. So yeah, read about some real arduous stuff that some people have had to deal with. Check out the whole genre of just World War One alone. There's thousands of these publications, because there was millions of people involved, which means millions of stories. It's good stuff. And that way you can look upon what they had to endure, and then look at all your bull dust. You know, make a comparison. Eh? You think that's hard? No. You know, these blokes are running around in minus 40 degrees and shit. God damn it. But anyways, I'm going to read this bit about from when they were moving from the battalion from Hong Kong to Siberia. Alright. Okay, now, soldier on and keep moving. Alright, let's take that advice. It's free. See? Free. There you go. It's quite beautiful around here indeed. I decided to go off the main drag, which is over there, and you know, walk past some. There's some nice, the pink cherry blossoms. There's some over there. There's some of the white ones over there, and there's some manor houses around here because there's farming land all up around that area. But, some of it's just quite nice. I was hoping to run into some more cherry blossoms. Got to be some more around here somewhere. But yeah, they're just coming into bloom, and some of them bloom earlier than others. You know, like those pink ones over there. Yeah, the Ninja Mura was up there. There's a up on top of the hill up there, there's a retirement home, and it's a real nice area. Imagine that, eh? You decide to retire somewhere real good, I'd suggest here, mate. Yeah, it's alright. There's a Shinto shrine over there. We might have to have another stoppage. This book's fantastic. We're talking right now, they've got the call to go to Russia. This is just after the First World War, and so they're getting all kinds of equipment from there, but they said most of it's useless to them, and they're heading from Hong Kong up into to the coast of Korea and into the Japan Sea, and they were saying that to their starboard side a typhoon passed them, and the waves were really heavy, and the ship was rolling, and they were all really happy to see, alarmingly, and really happy to see the coast of Korea. It's beautiful stuff. Some of them are written after World War One, or fictionalizations, and they seem so real because the people that write them were actually involved in you know, the Great War, the war to end all wars, and it only sort of occurred to me, like, with a few of them, I'd be a few chapters in and going, hang on a second, it seems a bit unrealistic. So, yeah, I'm sort of into, I read, like, non-fiction stuff. I guess the older you get, the more non-fiction stuff you sort of prefer. So I kind of try to find a review on the books that I go to download to find out whether they're fictionalization and that sort of thing. So, because I kind of get a bit ticked off, but I'm right into it anyway. So I finished the book, but now I find out as to whether it's real or not. The other book I downloaded, I usually download a couple at once just in case I might find something I don't like or whatever I'm not into. Another one's about a lady's, she was a nurse on the Western Front, I think, and it's an account of her life and also accounts of other people's lives or something like that, so that should be interesting too. So yeah, it's only a matter of seconds to be able to download a few others, and therefore it's good to have a few backup books in, just in case one of the reader couldn't open a particular file or something like that. So it's a good idea to do that. Yeah, and it's a wonderful thing. I hope I haven't underestimated the amount of clothing I brought along with me, because the gods might decide to make it really cold for me on the way back, but we'll see. I could probably head an hour that way and then jump on the train or something like that. We'll figure something out, but at least I'll get some things packed and bring a few things back and have them sent out tomorrow, I guess, because I won't be back in time. But yeah, just get back on top of things now that spring's come on, and I'm really excited about spring. Yes, you know, just pick myself up again, and yeah, continue. I spy, in my estimation, a Shinto shrine. Off case, if you see like a whole bunch of trees around something, you might find yourself finding a Shinto shrine. There we are, that's a Shinto tali right there. Okay, Heaven's Gate. Let's go and have a look. Probably going to run out of battery power. I should do a redo video of some Nobody flags that I had. I did a video of these 3 really awesome flags, and some of them with depictions of samurai and stuff, and I accidentally, look at that, that's an Edo period, that is Edo period, that shed there, isn't that rad? That's like 1700s or something. And I did this is rad. Yeah, I did a video and I accidentally deleted it. God damn it. Whew. Up here, it's really quite cool up here. I prefer if it was slightly warmer, but we'll see. The plan is to head to the supermarket way over yonder to find some garlic bread. Yes. This is nice, eh? I wonder if it's open. Sure, no one will mind. Yeah. It says whole no forgiving. Let's see. Look. Ow. Oh, it's nice in there too. So we'll waltz around. Leave that there for a second. These are groovy. Although they do attract the breeding processes of mosquitoes, and like if you do travel around Japan, as I say, like the rough guide style, you know, you just get under the eaves of one of these with your sleeping bag. Make sure you bring some netting, and if not, just go to a hardware store, there's plenty of them around, and create some kind of anti-mosquito device. Often in the back of these places you'll find some real awesome old artifacts and stuff, like broken tiling and things like that. Yes. Sometimes you find snakes around here too. Don't worry about those. Japanese snakes run away. But yeah, if you're doing rough guide style, get yourself a scooter or a bicycle. You don't really need a sleeping bag in like this full heat summer, oh god no. But just some netting over yourself, bit of booze, drop all that, crash here, nature toilet over there, and you're good to rock and roll. Okay, back to the journey. Yeah, shout out to that Maori bloke, Maori, in New Zealand there. You know, he says, mate, all my life I've been really chubby and I feel like a loser and all that sort of stuff. And he said, I've had enough of it. And he's exercising, like he's a real big guy, with a wonderful disposition, and he's got so much backing. You know, so many people are saying, yeah, man, come on, you know, make it happen. And so he's got his mates are helping him out, and they're he's walking up hills, and he's doing boxing, and you know, and he tires out pretty quick, sure, because he's a real big bloke, but I like his spirit, man. Yeah, good on you, bloke. Make it happen. Just keep going your journey, and all right, I've got to continue on my journey. But yeah, you know, like I say, if anyone was keen on coming to Japan, I would suggest coming into spring or coming out of summer, and then yeah, get yourself some netting, a bicycle, some gear. I'll show you my gear bag. Alright, check this out. Yeah, this is rad. Hey, one of these, and just go. Yeah, just crash here. No worries. Actually, in fact, I said a bottle of booze. People bring booze and you know, think of their ancestors and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And as you can see, someone was here with a bottle of shochu, I think it is. You see that sort of stuff regularly at places like this, and cups and, you know, sake cups and things like that. Yeah, great places. I'd just crash here, so no one's going to give you any shit, right? You can find shrines on the googly mappy things all over the place. So yeah, carry one of these fancy pants thingies, and you're good to rock and roll. You can don't even have to carry that thing. You can download books from the Gutenberg. I've read them on this thing before. I've got a battery pack there with a bunch of wirings, different ones for that one and this one and this camera. And so if you can find something that's got a what do you call it, a multi-purpose sort of device, things like that to lower your weight, yeah man, you know, of all the junk you have to carry, and you're good to rock and roll. Make sure you get one of those things, because if you do, in summertime the mosquitoes are here, will be bloody terrible, and you get those things that you just roll on medicine-y stone. Yeah, or get the netting, like I said. Still waltzing along. Made it over that rise over there. I'm skirting along the main drag now. As I can see over there, there's I'm still reading this wonderful book. There's a pink cherry blossoms over there and a white cherry blossom. They're just small ones are starting. I see way over in the distance there, there's some more cherry blossoms of the larger type category. Okay, species. Yes, lovely walk indeed. It's just afternoon, and still wearing singlet. Yeah. Hopefully I've got enough clothing in the back here to keep myself warm. And I presume I checked out the weather report, and it said up until about 6 o'clock it's going to be, you know, still 11 degrees or something. Now we're looking at coming into 12, 13, 14 degrees as a max or something like that. That's perfect, because, you know, as you're walking along, your body heats up too. So I'm running at about 16 degrees Celsius right now, and it's real nice. It's so good to be out. Like that bloke there, I just saw two farmers cruise by me, mama and papa on bicycles, all their kit. There's that bloke, he's Farmer Joe doing his thing. Lovely little farming plots all around these places, and all these little inlets and all that sort of stuff. So, hamlets. Okay, so just continue on. And yeah, all over there is all farming district. It's really nice. I can see a crypt over there. It's one of those Buddhist crypts. Yes. Alright, I'd love to go for a bit of a waltzy poos up there, but I gotta pick up some. It's lunchtime. Yes. Lunchtime. Whew. Got a whole bunch of, there's some little birdies up there, and I have the bag and I see crumbs in it, so I put a whole bunch of little crumbs around here. Those birdies like them. Alright, and that's lunchtime. Lovely, delightful and warm. Waiting for that for months. I generally get garlic bread here, and it's usually of a very decent size and a good price, although this is sort of a premium place to buy stuff. That particular item here was really good, so I picked up what they had left, and they've got the garlic breads are the same length, but they're smaller, much lighter, and they elongate the ends to make them look like they're the same length kind of thing with the packaging. I was at the register with a couple of them, and I was like, no, this is just bullshit. So I just took them back and got something else that's weightier. Hey, don't you hate that when things are smaller and more expensive now? You know, god damn it. Yeah, that's happening all over the show. I don't like that. I blame the filth that you know, created Clown World and then made everything more expensive, and and they live like kings, but really they're just garbage people, so that's alright. My, am I glad to get out of there. I was back there in the transgender, gender fluid, cisgen, whatever toilet back there at the hardware store where you know, non-binary people go to get their nails and carpentry stuff, and you know, their machinery bits and pieces. Anyways, God, some dude in there, I swear. Usually there's hawks around here. Some dude in there is having diarrhea, I can tell you. If I didn't have to take a slash so quick, by God, I would not have gone in there. Oh, I can still smell the fumes in my build. I'd like to go up here and go for a walkie poos, but what I'm going to do is I've got to continue to go that way because it's still got a long way to go. I've got to go over that mountain. Yes. Anyways, we'll just keep soldiering on. Yep. See, in Japan you've got men's toilets, women's toilets, and cisgender, gay, trans. Neither. My, what delight it is. Hey, walking along, still reading this thing about the Bolsheviks and all this kind of stuff in Far Eastern Russia in like 1920, something like that. Anyways, the delight of this big flashy thing on my skin, man. You can still see I've got goosebumps, you know, so it's still like the wind is quite cool, definitely. I think there's a hawk over there. I don't know if I carried enough stuff as far as clothing wise for when I go back on the return, but who cares? Oh, what have we got here? Cars these days are so quiet. Sometimes they come up on you. She's got one of those stickers on it that says on the front and the back to say they're old people. Watch out, old people driving. Oh, how delightful. For months and months I've been going whack job crazy, you know, off my banana head, stuck in that apartment, getting cabin fever. Yes, I wasn't too happy about a few things, so I kind of drank myself into some serious oblivion there. But at least this year I didn't end up in jail, so that's good. Yes. Alright, well, we soldier on, and oh my, I've been waiting just months for the glorious flashy thing to rain down its awesomeness, its vitamin D. See that thing there? It'll make you feel healthy and good and strong again and all that sort of shit. Yes. See, I know, because I'm 53 now. This is an interesting part of the story here. See, I like how I switch from one thought to the next quite quickly, don't I? See, like this fence line here, I can just keep that in the peripheral and waltz along. In the daytime it's easy, nighttime it's a bit more difficult, but to waltz along and just read at the same time. It's a wonderful way to read. It's delightful stuff, and exercise at the same time, enjoy the sunshine, you know. Yeah, I could be watching the Walking Dead for the 7th time with hungry fat chick, you know, lazing on the couch there wondering whether I could stand. But hey, her latest videos, you know, she was in hospital, comes out of hospital, and 2 days later she's doing mukbangs again with junk food, you know. Yeah, you can't help those eggs. Anyways, so this part here we're talking about in Siberia. Now, before the detachment of 1,000 men headed to Siberia to help these dudes fight these other dudes, well, these Cossacks fight these Bolshevik dudes. Anyways, they were deciding what sort of equipment they might need for when they were in Hong Kong. The detachment was in Hong Kong, and so they're deciding on what sort of stuff they'll need for equipment. And this bloke, he said, "Oh, you reckon we might need tents?" And they go, "Oh no, we don't need tents, or we probably don't have them." And he goes, "Oh, well, what about mosquito nets? And they all laughed at this bloke and they said, what, whoever heard of, see, they're off to Siberia, and whoever heard of mosquitoes in Siberia, you know, and they all berated him because he timidly asked them, you know, what about mosquito nets or something like that, and they all had a bit of right good laugh at him. Imagine the chagrin that he would feel within his soul. Here he is for weeks in this marshland area. There's freaking millions of mosquitoes, and they don't have tents, they don't have mosquito nets, and the only thing you got to stave off the mosquitoes is the smoke from the fire. But if you have fires, and the enemy can fire upon you because they know where you are with their artillery. Yeah, imagine the chagrin you would have. You know, you just bitterly like thinking about those bastards back there at regiment headquarters in Hong Kong. Going, nah, mate, you know, what are you, just stupid, you know, having mosquitoes. In fact, I saw, no, I would think, who the hell would think of mosquitoes in Siberia? But same thing happens in Canada, I think, doesn't it? Or far north reaches there, you know, where those, what do you call them, those big bears hang out at? Not the polar bears, the other ones, those grizzly bears. Around there, when the season comes on, the mosquitoes go frickin' bananas, and like there's just freaking millions of swarms of things. Been watching police go by here with all these sirens. A cop on a motorcycle went past, all sirens are blazing. Here comes another one, and another one. There's one over there too. Shit, something's going on. I have to find out what happened. Because they're certainly all out in force, aren't they? I've seen quite a few of them rushing down that way. Back to the mosquitoes. The story continues, and God, it's delightful out here right now. See? Get out there, get yourself one of these, get on the Gutenberg project, get yourself some free Wi-Fi things from some convenience store, download a bunch of books, just walk along and scroll along with some excellent, like really high level good stuff. Yep. Exercise and enjoy reading at the same time. See? Good idea, huh? Here comes more of them, and I think there might be even more. What have we got here? The police are out in force, that's for sure. So some shit's really, something pretty heavy must have happened, because there's a whole stack of them from this side, and there's a whole lot more. There's a major police station down that way. Trust me, I've been in there a few times. Drunk off my ass, waking up in the morning going, hey, what am I doing here? I said, yup, alright. I'm like, what? Oh, you were drunk. And they let you go. The next day, have a bit of a laugh. It's when you finally sober up, they let you go. Now, I saw some more flashing lights and shit over there, so yes, something sounds like something pretty serious might have happened. Yes. Yeah, I'll stay here by the sun for a little bit longer. Check this out. We'll scroll back a bit. Let's see. I asked. This is when at Hong Kong, I suggested that we might find tents useful, but the proposal was turned down either because there was none or because they were considered quite unnecessary. I asked timidly whether I should require mosquito nets, and well remember the scorn of which the Chief of Staff greeted my question, "Who ever heard of mosquitoes in Siberia?" Well, the fact is that while there are a few in the tropics, there are swarms of these pests all over Siberia. In the tropics, their size prevents them from doing much damage, except as malaria carriers. In Siberia, they will take the shape of big, ugly winged spiders that will suck your blood through a thick blanket as easily as if you had nothing on. Oh my God! Okay, heads up on that one if I ever venture to Russia to help them out. Right then, how's this say? I'm not sure what the date is. It must be about the 25th or something like that. Let's pop that down there, we'll find out. See that big flashy thing in the sky right there? Now it's 1:30 in the afternoon, on Monday, the 27th of February, And see that thing up there? There's the moon, half moon. And there's the sun. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? There's the moon. And there's the sun. 1:30 in the afternoon, and there's the moon. And I've got hours. I've got to get over that mountain. Oh, come on, I better step it up a bit. My. Oh, my phony thing says that it's 12 degrees Celsius, but I think that's bull dust. So at least, you know, I've been walking for quite a while, so my body temperature must be up a fair bit. I'd say we're pushing 15 degrees now. It's beautiful. No wind now, so, well, at least my body's pushing 15 degrees. I finally got a date to this. He's saying that this French major is coming along, and he's a British colonel. Major Pichon arrived on August 18th of 1918. So I finally got a date, because it sort of fluctuated when it first initially, the introduction was talking about 1919, 1920, something like that. So this bloke rolls up and to take command of a certain area that they're positioning themselves in outside of Vladivostok. And so let's see, World War I officially ended in what was it, November the 11th of 1918. So what we're talking here, basically August, September, October, November. So this section of the story is like 4 months ish prior to the armistice. So at least of what was going on in the European theatre. So there you go. So I finally got a date, because I was sort of, the way it's written, and they mentioned the way it's written is sort of in sequence or something like that, but some things are omitted, so it was a bit sort of difficult to follow along as far as times and dates and some of the areas I've never heard of. But yeah, very interesting story. So there's a lot of theatres of war that went on, and even I don't know about. I know everything. Yeah. So yeah, it's a very interesting story, this one. It has occurred to me that I'm not even halfway on the first leg of the journey. There's a Buddhist temple over there. I want to go over there. Kuyashi, I mean, it's like trance. Yes. Anyways, I'm enjoying it, but it's taking a whole lot longer, because as I'm reading, you know, it's just at a stroll of a pace. I think I'm going to suffer later for not having enough clothing. I do have some overalls in the warehouse, and therefore I could probably conceivably chuck them on and walk back in the overalls. So worst case scenario, we'll do that. And I've got a bag full of kimonos too, which could look pretty okashi. Okashi means strange. Still waltzing along. Mountain hawk there. That's a Kalasu crow having an attack at the mountain hawk. The pigeons are over there. Yeah, there's cows are there. Hello, cows. Hey, it's not bad here, huh? Just waltzing along, reading a novel, exercising in the sunshine. I'm having a very good day. Yes. How's that, eh? You don't have a whole lot of farming land for cows. They're milking cows, those ones. You know, there's your monstrosity here, and there's your milking cows there. That's what it's like in this place. It's all hodgepodge, but it's great. It's very, very interesting. It's always interesting. I swear, my phone's saying it's 11 degrees, but no way, man. I am hot. Oh, I swear I'm going to get sunburnt. Yeah, delightful, see? Coming into spring is just the best time, you know, coming out of that ghastly winter. Ugh. That stuff called, I think they spell it C-O-L-D. Ugh. We don't have that in Australia. Anyways, no, I'm hot. Yes, this is wonderful. We'll keep soldiering on, just keep going. I happened upon some odd noises just up there. What's going on here? There's just over the rise toward me. probably 2 meters down, there was some piglets, some Inoshishi piglets. Hey, there's that moon, look, and there's that sun, look like they're getting close to each other. What's going on here? Hey, and I could hear them all. Running off into the distance over there. How's that, eh? Yeah, still walking along reading. I left at 11, and let's see, it's 2:45. I'm still not even close. That's in one direction. You know what? I'm enjoying it. Just I'm gonna be cold. Hopefully I've got enough in the way of clothing. I think I'll get half of what I need to do done, and then head out early in the morning. I'll get those things sent in the morning, and then head out early in the morning and get the rest done. Yes. Alright, we'll see what we can do. We'll do what we can. Yeah, I think it's time to go and eat the rest of my lunch reserves. Oh, this is taking a whole lot longer than I thought it would, if I wasn't waltzing along just reading, you know. But it's wonderful, yeah? Yes, that moon seems to be getting close to that big flashy thing for some reason. I don't know. You can still see a little bit of frost on the top of the mountains up there. Bit of that snow. Oh God, I don't like that stuff. That white blanketing stuff. Alright, let's continue. I'm going to find a place over there to eat the rest of this lunch. Lunchtime again. Well, it's taking a whole lot longer than I expected. That's alright. You know, I was inspired by that video that Oldin's man put up today on YouTube there. Actually, he's been demonetized for hate speech. Yeah, so he talks about the things that you're not allowed to talk about on Rumble, so that's cool. So I watch him on both sides. But yeah, one of the women, you call it that. Hang on, let me take another bite. Really inspired me today because just her sheer determination. When she took up the challenge, she said, "Challenge accepted." I'm serious. Because a lot of people in her comment section, she said, and I'd never heard of this wonderful, fine excellence of a lassie. I'd never heard of her before, and she said a lot of people in the message comments want to know or can't believe that I can actually stand. What's the world coming to? Right? And she goes, "Challenge accepted." I think I mentioned this earlier, but yeah. Challenge accepted. And she goes, "Here you go." And she sort of like rolls and tumbles back and forth, then whoosh, and she stood up. And she goes, "See, I can do it." That ape can stand. Oh, the will to survive. Yeah. The sheer physicality. I'm gonna get back to eating this. Well, that was delicious. Yes. Continue on the journey. A bit more energy. Okay. On a side note, yeah, Hungry Fat Chick goes in her latest video. Oh, you know, what an exciting life. Oh, I've been to the toilet 3 times today. Well, at least I get some exercise. Just off camera, there's this old people cradle thing that utilised in order to help it walk. Yeah, exercise. How's that, eh? Felt a bit of itchy on the old arm here, and I had a look over, had a bit of a scratchy piece, and I'm like, ow! I scratched myself. That's sunburn. Look at that. I'm not a woo-woo Indian. Woo-woo-woo-woo. That's actual sunburn. I'm telling ya. Because I'm a white guy. Dun, 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 dun. White people bad. Yeah, see? My skinny poos hasn't had the wonders of that big flashy thing for months and months. And I'm burnt on this side and I'm not burnt on the other side. I go to the other side. And it looks scratchy poos. I don't know if you can see that. I scratch myself. That's sunburn. First day out. Yes, big day out. And yeah, within hours I'm sunburned. What's going on here? I spy someone else over there beyond those, see that black, I don't know, that's bounded up rice or something like that, or their sticks or whatever they use to dry things. I can spy someone over there with a backpack and doing what I'm doing, having a bit of a walkie poos. Yes, having a bit of a hikey poos along here. That dude's burning off some wood and coal or whatever. I'll know from the smell soon enough. Yes, isn't it lovely? Now I'm gonna kind of do the bare minimum today, get a few things done and carry them back because the wind's starting to come in. Now I should have left earlier, so what I'm going to do, come back here tomorrow and finish off what needs to be done. But I'll come back earlier, that way I'll beat the impending cold. Well, that took me longer than expected. I was hoping to get out here. I've still got my singlet on. Not lose this beanie now that I'm out in the sun. In the shade, it's actually quite cool. I was hoping to get out here earlier, but that's cool. Actually, a chap just rolled up, and he's a bloke that, you know, we help each other out with all kinds of stuff. And he brought along a bunch of kids, and they were in the back of this K-truck thing, and on this private road thing over there, so it's not illegal. And they're cruising around the back of this thing, having fun. And anyways, so they all pile in and have a look at my stuff. Oh man, I want to go out here in the sunshine. But that's cool. Hung out with them for a little while. And they're like, oh, cigar. Cigar means like great, you know, they have a look at my motorcycle and all that stuff. And alright, now, I'm able to get back on the road. You gotta watch out these, see those little bug things? There's loads of them down there. You might not be able to see them with this. You walk along here sometimes at night and boom, they get in your eyeball and they sting and you're like, oh shit, I'm trying to read. Anyways, got my book back. Got a few things in the pack that I packed in my backpack, so I'll carry them back. I can see some of those bug things. Oh, god damn it. Trying to skirt around them. Okay. There's quite a lot of them. See around these sort of waterways and stuff. And I don't have my sunglasses with me. Okay, so shit, just dodged one. Sometimes along here there's a lot of frogs, certain time of year, and you know, you can't dodge them all, and they get a bit squishy under your car. And I try hard to go all Buddhisty and save as many as possible. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and protect my eyeballs from all these bug things. God damn it! They're getting your eyeballs. I don't have any extra water to wash them out of my freaking eyes, and there's not a convenie for quite a distance. I don't exactly plan on putting that rotten water in my eyeball. Okay, so it's on. Okay, now then, what time we got? It's coming up on 1:45. Trying to juggle 3 computery things. Right, it's coming up on 4:45. Made it through that minefield of those bloody mini bug things that fly around getting your eyeballs. Now, they hang around the waterways and stuff, often in big groups. I can see some just over there. Now I have the sun to my port side. I think I've got at least well, sun's still pretty high in the sky, but I'm sort of in a mountainous area now. If I can get to a fairly flat area, I might still have a fair bit of sun to see me back to the ranch. Yes, I'm really enjoying this story, man. Very interesting how a whole bunch of Cossacks and Japanese and English and all kinds of dudes banded together to fight against these Bolshevik dudes, you know, and they're talking about some of the horrors that went on, you know, and this bloke, he's a British officer, and he's saying that, you know, he believes in capturing people, prisoners of war, and not harming them, and but some of the other chaps weren't too keen on that. Going back here, he speaks of it, of the different factions and things. Like the Czechs weren't very pleased with the Bolsheviks, and the Bolsheviks in one particular battle came out with their white flag and said, "Alright, we had enough of this," and the Czechs went, "Nah, sorry," and wasted a lot of them. So yeah, you know, he talks about some of the things that he was shown a bunch of photographs of the horrors that the Bolsheviks had done to people and captured soldiers and stuff like that, and he says it's best to keep that memory in the dark and not even describe it here for just how horrific it was, some of the stuff he saw and heard about. So yeah, he says his approach is to, you know, hope that people will lay down their arms, sort of thing. Anyways, let's get back to this story. This is an awesome e-reader, you know, you can do different scroll modes and stuff like that. Yeah. And alright, now that I have, which I've been hoping for, the sun directly to my back. Now this should be real nice and warm-ish for the journey, the return journey, which is going to take about 4 hours. Oh, it's like 8 hours of walking. Could have done it in like 5, but just waltzing along and reading is a wonderful thing. Got to come here again tomorrow. The top guy was here, the boss, and so I said I'll bring some dough tomorrow for rent. And this other bloke, I said, I promised to buy something off you, and so I'll bring some dough for that. And then I'll be broke again. Yeah. Hey, what I'm doing right now is free. So there you go, and I'm enjoying it. Right, here's the plan. We head to my left flank. Military speak. Talking about the battles. And hopefully we can get out of this shade. And so I'm hoping to utilise the sun as much as possible on the skinny poos. And because I've become a bit too skinny, but goosebumps here. Because it's not exactly warm in the shade. I'm trying to get to the sunshine, which is just over there. I'm kind of shit. There's one of those computery things that's supposed to scare birds away or whatever it does. Scare away the wild pigs or whatever live over there, I guess. Now. There's a clustered crow there. Now we're nearly there. Another 100 meters or so, and be back in the sunshine. Yes. At least I'm getting some things done. I did hear Crowy earlier today, but I didn't have any food for him, so that's that. Alright, we're nearly there. Now there's a huge difference between the shade and the glorious sunshine of the new. There's another Crowy over there. Glorious sunshine of the new spring. Here we go, boom. There you go. Okay, we made it. Now, the plan is I'll head to the starboard side when I get to that intersection over there with the intersectionality, and then I'll be able to head north, and I'll have the sun to my back once again, sort of ish. Isn't that west? Close enough. Right then, now sort of north would be sort of that way, east is there, I think, or something like that. So there's west to the north. It's something like that. I wonder if that moon's still about. There he is. Hello. Yes. There he is up there. Okay. Now we'll just keep soldiering on, and then head up there. We should have the sun to our back. Maximise that one, and then it won't be long though before I'll have to chuck on some extra warmy things. Yes, a wonderful day. I'm enjoying this. Here's that song. Tells the local farmers it's 5 o'clock. There you go. At 12 o'clock they have the Edelweiss song. There you go. So they've got speakers all around this district. Well, I'm trying to remain in line with that big flashy thing for as long as possible up on this rise up here. And there's that big moony thing. So I think I'm good for another few kilometres at least. Mountain hawk up there. Right, yes, that should give me a good line of sunshine. Yes. Okay, back to the book. She's sure cooling down now. Whew. Well, I'm not exactly going to get much in the way of sunshine now, that's cool. I wonder what these birds are. I haven't seen them before. There's a few ducks over there, and there's some kind of ibis type of bird or something. I don't know what they are. Let's see. Hey. I'm getting hungry too. If I had a bow. No, I wouldn't do that. Alright, wasn't that funny? Now, okay, back to the book. I'm I'm real hungry, and I'm kind of thinking, alright, now if I just whip by that supermarket, oh god, I'm just dreaming of food right now. I'm kind of depleted as far as energy is concerned. I guess you could say, I could keep going for another day or two easy, but anyways, just like a feed. It's 10 to 6. So I started at 11. I guess you could say, how long did I spend in there packing stuff? Not that long. But yeah, it's going to end up being like 8 hours of walking. But oh, soldier on, we say. Soldier on. My, as cars were going by, I could see this fluttering of a light down. What's going on here? Some UFO? Shoot down that balloon. I looked up and go, whoa! Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Right, the stars are out now, a couple up there. Still going. I've got to make it over that rise now. Oh, well, I've made, I would say, 7 lengths of 8 journeys. Yeah, a person's just there. Yes. Yeah, see? Movement. We have movement. Yes, I would say 7 lengths, possibly, of 8. Yes, 7/8 of the journey done. Oh, God, it's 6:45. Night time. Oh well, soldier on. This book is freaking awesome. Yes, we nearly had an incident between the English, the Japanese and the Chinese over some train carriages. This book's awesome. Right, continue. This will be the last leg of the journey. Whew. Long journey. Oh well, you know, some of the prices of some stuff is just leaps and bounds. Like, it wasn't long ago, very, very recently, that I mentioned the price of eggs, and you know, in the States and compared to Japan, and they're by far cheaper here. But some other shit, just leaps and bounds. It's really going up, and I'm like, you know, you have to make choices of what you're gonna buy, and you got to try and get all this cheaper shit, but portions are smaller, and they're known to be small in Japan anyways, right? And so portions are smaller, more expensive, so some shit's just getting stupid. And I'm like, how the hell are you supposed to have a strong nation, a strong populace? And in some nations, I get it, like the West, they want to cull their population. They don't give a fuck about the people. They want them to die. You know, climate change. Let's just kill 1 billion people and more. Cull the population down to 500,000. That's the philosophy. Anyways, the philosophy I see of the Japanese people, they give a stuff about themselves. They don't give a fuck about me because I'm some foreign savage. I don't care though, because I'm Australian. I'm just better than you. But anyways, I'm better than you. Anna from the Young Turks. The Young Turds. Anyways, yeah, you know, I'm like, well, how can you have a strong population? But I think it's a rhetorical question, isn't it? Because eggs are still cheap. But over there, the cheap eggs, whoosh, they're all off the shelves. I didn't see any there. Granted, it's like late. But, didn't see any there. I'll have a look at my local yokel here and see if there's some. So eggs are high in protein, so I'll definitely give that a go. Rice is always cheap in comparison, and that's always an excellent food source if you can mix that with stuff. I was watching this bloke the other day. He was saying he's a survivalist sort of dude, and he goes, rice and beans keep you going forever. And so he's talking about different types of acids or whatever the hell you need in your diet, and he says, yeah, that's the excellent staple foods, rice and beans. And I presume he said, you know, but you might get tired of just eating rice and beans, you know. But anyways, yeah, I have noticed quite a spike in prices just very recently, and they're going up, and shit's going up. And maybe they're on the train of what they're doing in the West. They're going, yeah, how about we just make everything crazy expensive? No, I say, if you want to have a strong, loyal populace, you make sure that they're strong initially, right? But what do I know? I'm just the great sage of the East. A few weeks ago, I was saying a dozen eggs is like 200 yen or something like that. It's actually 10 eggs. 10 eggs, not a dozen. And actually, these ones were 290 yen for 10 eggs. They're decent size, but actually there's even cheaper ones here. There we go. The 290s. What about these? Yeah, alright. 268. So I made a 10 eggs, right. But still, they're much cheaper than what you get in the West. Well, that doesn't happen every day. The elderly lady that lives above me was sort of just, I was walking past her, and there was a bloke in a businessman type of attire, and as we were walking along, just leaving the local supermarket there, we see this crash. This bloke just crashed a bicycle. This heavy bloke, and went over there, and I think we looked at each other and said, "Oh, suck it, tell him that, you know, it means he might have had a few too many drinks," and the bloke couldn't iterate a word, and he looks like he's drunk as fuck. He's riding his bicycle and he's crashed. And here he is in the middle of the road, and he's sort of just humming and breathing but not really saying anything. And so I suggest I had to put on my gear. I'm like, fuck, I just walked like eight hours, and I indicated to the guy, how about we pick him up and put him over there, and so we picked him up with his bicycle. We had to practically carry the guy, shit, and I think he's just drunk as fuck. And so that lady's still trying to get upstairs. So had to deal with that, and the bloke's calling an ambulance for him because he doesn't seem to have much to say. We asked him if he's drinking, and he said no, but we find that not to be exactly the truth. But who knows? He might be on medication or some shit. Maybe he banged his head real hard. I don't know. But at least we got him into a safe spot, and they're calling an ambulance for him, so that's cool. Alright, so driving. He was a heavy bloke, that's for sure.
Elemental forces caused the egg to hatch. From it then came a stone monkey. The nature of monkey was irrepressible.